It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
This defense for the Chiefs, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
They'll go again with Benson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
This will be caught at about the 6. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Benson will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Ready?
They find some open field here. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Come on, set.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call with a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
The Chiefs are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
27 yards there, a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Alabama.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Go!
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Well, the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Go! Liking 18! Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Set go! Hut, hut.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33.
A give up the middle with Benson. Taken down at the 30.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. These two teams all tied after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7.
A give left side for Benson.
There's the stiff arm. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Here we go, set. 70, Timberwolf. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 38 now, here's second and a couple. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Hey, Warriors, 70. Ready?
Back to throw now on first down. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. 2nd and 10.
Ready? Bronco. Buffalo 18. Go.
He'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Mustang 19. Hunt.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The 20. 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Bruce. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's caught by Bryant. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. First and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Let's go.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Hawk 70, Hawk 18, Pioneer.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Shut up. Cup 19. Take go.
They're going to look to throw. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Come on. Set. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. 19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw here on first down. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Ready.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw again. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Back to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
19 Lion. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Hup.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. It's their quarterback. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go, here we go.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Come on, set.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
On first down, it's Benson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Another run here with Benson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Ready? Go!
Back to throw here. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Devontae Smith, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a 2nd and 10.
Set. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line.
Warrior 70.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen. But he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Let's go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Set up. Hey, smash. 79 Bronco. Buffalo 18. Mustang 19. Ready, ready.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. 18, Pioneer.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Here we go, set. Go.
Back to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. They run over center with Benson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. On the give, it's Benson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And a short gain down to about the 33. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Open man, here's Benson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Benson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll run again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here we go, set. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw here. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 13. Complete. Smith has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Short throw to Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot. and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A handoff here to Benson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's 1st and 10.
19 Lions. Go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Let's go.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
60 Bobcat. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Looking to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Dragon 60.
2nd down and inches. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go. Here we go. Warrior 70.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete to Bryant. And he will manage to get out of bounds here with the 1st down as they stop it with 27 seconds.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here we go. Set. 79 Broncos. Buffalo 18. Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. defense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Come on, set. Panther 60, Panther 60, 18, Pioneer. Cup 19, Cup 19. And up.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. That's caught right side by Worthy. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
This is 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. Let's go now. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
19 tight, 19. Believe. 69.
They'll look to throw. This is Smith with a ground. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before,